I'm starting to notice the narration here likes to talk a little trash to us, but okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Greg Ozaro Gaming Channel. I've been on hiatus for a little while. It's been several months since I uploaded anything, but actually got my interest sparked after I received early access to the final release version of Veil of Crows uh, to do a little testing on it and kind of throw it out there for you guys to take a look at and see all the changes and things that have come a long way with this game. I've followed this title for quite a while now, and I have to say I'm impressed. Um, just to throw a few of the things out there for the final release build, completely customizable units. All units can be customized in the armory. New worlds to play, a total of 3 now. So we don't have just the one map we can play anymore. There's a total of 3 unique worlds to play on. With differences in seasonal impacts on production, difficulty, frequency of Viking invasions. And every AI faction is generated randomly at the start, including unique unit equipment. So that's a few of the changes that have been made. Um, Once I loaded this up, it'd been a little while since I played it. Once I loaded this up and got it open, I just played just a short little bit of the tutorial. Um, I was pretty impressed. It almost looks like a new game with all the changes that have been made and upgrades and things of that nature. So I won't bore you anymore with the details. We're going to jump in and do a little playing. All right, we're going to get started with the tutorial. I'm just going to play through the tutorial to kind of give you guys a look at the game now in its current state. Like I said, this is an early access version of the final build, but from what I'm understanding, it is going to be released on the 18th of this month. So 7 more days, 6 more days, depending on when this video goes up. So it's pretty much the final build. So hope you guys enjoy. We're going to go ahead and get started here. All right, tutorial. Let's see. Of course, we have our male and female. A couple of different choices of hair colors. Of course, we're going to go with a grayer color, since we are Greg Ozaro. Let's see, braided, no hair, messy, braided, Viking braid, long, and none. So we're going to go with Viking braid, and we've got chops, no beard, beard, goatee, and chops. All right, we're going to stick with the chops here. Let's check this guy out and see what he looks like. Check him out. Yeah, he looks pretty bad. Skin, we have a few different skin tones to choose from. 0 to 8, so our skin types and skin tones. And so we're going to go with this. And let's start the, oh, whoop. We didn't change our name. Hang on, we got to change our name here. Greg Ozaro. And start game.
Good day, my lord. I am Sir Tute of Oriel. I was the advisor for the previous lord before you, disposed of him rather messily. Now that you have ascended to your lordship and you now have more responsibilities than ever, we should ensure you actually can do more than push an aging old lord down 16 flights of stairs. The vacant look in your eyes is telling of just what a grueling task lies ahead. First, we will start with the most simple of things. This is the campaign map for Vale of Crows. This is where you'll manage your kingdom and command your forces. But let's start with the most basic of basics. Let us see if my lord can learn to move the camera around. Use the WASD keys to move the camera around the map.
Alright, there's our camera movement, basic movements. If you notice, a lot of this looks a little different than what it did before. A little cleaner, a little neater. I kind of like it.
Well done. Nice to know you aren't completely useless, as I was starting to believe. Now to take the map for a spin, use Q and E to rotate the camera view.
Alright, that rotates our camera view.
Fantastic. Now if the rumors are true, this next part might give you some trouble. Try using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Alright, we can zoom out, and if you notice, this is a totally different map than what we had played before. It's a totally different layout of the world. As before, Greywatch would have been here, and then I can't remember the names of the towns, but there would have been another one up on the hill over here, and then another one kind of off to our left over here, and we would have been on like our own little island. Alright.
Great. It appears the rumors were baseless, my lord. Please do not flog me for mentioning them. Now that the easy rubbish is over, let's try checking your first quest.
Alright, and here's our quest button over here.
This panel shows your current active quests. Completing these quests will give you rewards to aid in your struggle, and my oh my, will it be a struggle for you.
I'm starting to notice the narration here likes to talk a little trash to us, but okay.
This panel shows what you need to do to complete the current quest, and what rewards you will receive once it is complete. If you can complete it, my lord. I swear I have total faith in the matter.
That's a hard sell. I kind of find that hard to believe. But okay, we can track the quest. We got remaining time 55 hours. Destroy the bandit party threatening our town. Destroy the bandit party. Rewards gold. So we're going to track the quest and close all that out.
You did it, my lord. Not that I ever doubted you. Let's get started on learning how to play. We will start by building a guardhouse to help defend your castle. Whoever called this a castle was obviously being very generous, my lord. Select your town by clicking on it.
Alright, so we'll click on Greywatch. Now we'll click the building icon here.
Buildings panel is where you build and upgrade buildings in your town, and not much of a town yet either.
And we'll click on the plus. The training grounds is showing a plus here, showing that we can upgrade it.
Show you each requirement and resource needed to construct the building. Yes, my lord, they do need to get these resources from somewhere. I know it's a struggle, but please keep up. When you are ready, begin construction.
Or I should have said build, not upgrade, but we can build from that menu.
Brilliant. You continue to astound with your completion of basic tasks, my lord. It looks like the inbreeding hasn't affected your brain overly much, my lord. Your training grounds are under construction. Let's speed up time by selecting one of the time options on the top panel.
Alright, your speed options are up here, so we're going to select
now,
10 times.
It can be difficult for your generation to have to wait for anything, but we will have to wait for construction to complete, my lord. Excellent work. Now let's train some blindly loyal militia to fight for your honorable cause, my lord. How do I know it's honorable? Why, due to the executioner sharpening his axe, my lord. With the town selected, even you can now see the train units icon.
We're right here, so we're gonna train units.
See a list of all the units available for your current keep level. Oh, that doesn't look very impressive yet, my lord. More units will become available as you upgrade your town.
Excellent. Here you'll see a list of all the units available for your current keep level. More units will become available as you upgrade your town. Click on Militia.
The selected unit panel contains information about each unit and their cost. Different units will need different resources and may require different building upgrades. Some people are just so needy. No, my lord, it was purely a coincidence I was looking in your direction. Now it's time to train some militia.
Alright, it says train 1 militia, so we will hit train 1
While
time.
we wait for your militia to train, let's learn about town management. Hopefully you can handle this one, my lord.
You see our progress bar over here on militia. Alright, click on the town info tab. That would be this tab here.
This is where you manage the population of your town. Silly peasants. A happy population will encourage new peasants, either by moving here or bursting from the earth, which is how I assume they reproduce. They are certainly covered in enough dirt. More peasants, in turn, will increase how much gold you earn through tax. You must feed your peasants to keep them happy, or they may leave. That is to say, fatten them up so they can't run away. You can adjust the food and tax amounts that will, in turn, affect happiness and allow a higher tax income.
Alright, so it's requesting us to increase food allowance to well-fed. So we're on modest right now. We'll increase to well-fed.
After setting increasing consumption, that your food demand has increased over the production amount. This has occurred mainly as you have allowed your peasants to become greedy buggers. This can be easily managed, however, by upgrading your farms.
Okay, what we've got here, and food consumption is showing 75 over 15. So our consumption is 75, but we're only producing 15. So we need to fix that problem.
It is important to upgrade your villages as they become more advanced and your population grows. A larger army requires more tax, and higher populations require more food. Fancy that. We will have to upgrade the output amount to accommodate the needs of your overfed peasants.
Alright, so we're going to click on the village upgrades. And it says then output. So we're going to increase our output. Right now it's at 3.
Here you will see some information about what the upgrade does and how much it costs. Cost, my lord, I know. I know they should just do it for their lord, but I suppose they have to buy some things. Village upgrades only cost gold, thankfully.
So right now we're at 3. This will increase food to 6.
There are 5 types of resources. Now I'm going to say this slowly so you can understand, my lord. Food is needed to feed peasants in towns. Wood and stone are used for building construction and weaker units, while steel and leather are used primarily for stronger military units.
Alright, and as you see we have a progress bar on this also. We have to wait for that to finish progressing before it actually upgrades.
Now it's time to create an army. Select your town and click on the garrison icon. If you can't do this one, my lord, I will be having some serious concerns.
Alright, we're going to click on our town and select the garrison icon.
Add your hero, militia, and huntsmen to your army, such that it is. Leave the peasants behind. The bastards are near useless anyway.
Here we can use the slider to select how many we want, or you can just click over here and it will select all of the units, which is what it's requesting us to do.
With your new army selected, click on the bandit party, more dirty bastards, marked with the arrow. This will commence attack orders. Remember to speed up time to reduce waiting time for your impatient self.
As you see, we're standing here at the ready. We've got the little arrow pointing in that direction because I've zoomed in so far that they're off the screen. So if they were up in here somewhere, we would have an arrow pointing in that direction. This is our enemy here. Get a good look at them. Bandit Patrol, population 20. So we want to pick our unit and attack. All I did there was just right click on them, and we can speed up time to get to them faster.
When interacting with other factions, you will have a few options. Not all options are seen as aggressive, but in this case, we need to take care of these lowly, crooked-nosed knaves who dared stand in our way.
So what we want to do is prepare our forces and attack. So prepare our forces.
Always get a chance to see the consequences of your actions first.
Men will die
I
today.
imagine even with this extra insight, you will make some, shall we say, mistakes. But in your ongoing wisdom, of which I have no doubts, I'm sure you will succeed, and I won't be having this same talk with yet another young lord.
And what we're seeing here is we have a clear advantage. This is basically your advantage meter, so if it was split down the middle, it would be an even fight. We're actually a little above, so we shouldn't have any problem here. So we're going to attack.
Welcome to the battle scene. You will be spending a lot of time here, my lord. Knowing you, it will be spent making mistakes, but feel free to prove me wrong. Let's get this over with. On to the basics of combat.
It's our hero avatar. Notice the details on the units. All the details look just awesome. All individual hairstyles, skin tones. So we're gonna spin it back around here.
Surprise. Camera movement is exactly the same as in the campaign map, so you will probably only struggle a little. Try it out, my coxcombed lord.
As he says, camera movement is exactly the same here as it is on the battle map, so.
Pressing the 1 key selects all ranged units. During the battle, it is wise to keep your units separated to avoid ranged unit fire, so I assume you'll probably forget this as soon as I say it. Line formation allows you to move your units into position as far apart as you choose. With your low-born archers selected, right-click and drag a line and then release the right mouse button.
Alright. So we pressed 1 to select them. Now we're going to right-click and drag to determine, where we want our units at, how far apart we want them spaced. We can space them way out, or we can bring them close together.
You may want to keep your units in a sorted formation, so they are neat, like peasants rarely are. Select your entire army by left-clicking and dragging a box around it. Now right-click and drag on the terrain. At the same time as the right mouse button, hold down the left control key. Release the right mouse button to confirm.
Alright, so what we're going to do here is left click and drag around our entire army. Hold the left control and determine which direction we want to face. And release.
My lord, the enemy army has appeared across the map from your army.
We have an attacking army.
With your Ragabrash archers selected with the 1 key, left-click and drag a box over the enemy army while holding down left control. Release the left mouse button to confirm orders. Hint, my lord. Placing your archers on higher ground can increase accuracy, and holding the high ground normally has its advantages, as long as you keep a cool head.
Alright, so we want to select our archers. Let's see if we have any high ground here. Well, we got some here. So I guess what we could do would be to move our archers over here. Matter of fact, while we're at it, let's go ahead and move all of our fighters up here. That way they're a little closer to the battle. We'll use what we learned at the beginning to spread them out. That'll get all of our units in place. Now we'll select our range units again, and left control and left mouse button to drag a box around them and release.
Soften those dirty buggers up. Send in your melee units, my lord. Just do be careful not to stub your toe. Press the 2 key to select all melee units, or drag select a portion of your army. My lord, a hint. Archers may hit your own units in the heat of battle. You can force them to melee attack only by pressing M while they are selected to prevent friendly fire.
Okay, we have our units rushing in, so we're gonna reselect our archers. And now, since they're getting close, press M, so they go into melee. And we'll send them in to join the fight. Which is going rather well. We lost 5 huntsmen, so not too bad. Based on they lost all 20 of theirs, we lost 5. And we got 25 gold. No prisoners. And we didn't rescue any prisoners.
My lord, each unit type has its strengths and weaknesses. Not unlike your stunted intellect, unless it stops you feeling pain, I suppose. You can learn about these when training your units. Use the terrain and weather to your advantage. To dumb it down for you, though I'm not sure this will be enough, don't forget to use things like terrain height and bottlenecks to outsmart your enemy. Keep an eye on your hero units. They can be selected using the panel on the left.
Right, keep an eye on your hero units. Can be selected using the panel on the left. These would be our hero units here. Let me go ahead and exit out. But by clicking on that during the fight, it would select our hero unit.
You were successful in defeating the bandit party that has been harassing our forces. I'm pleasantly surprised, my lord. When you are done celebrating and drinking the swill the troops call ale, click OK to learn about your hero units.
Alright.
You may have noticed during the battle, your lord has increased in rank. I assume even you can learn basic things. How surprising. Let's learn a bit more about your hero units.
Alright, select your victorious army. I'm assuming that would be us.
The button has a green cross. It means you have skill points to assign.
Special
Here is
units.
a list of all heroes attached to this army. The green plus sign indicates this unit has unused skill points.
Alright, so we will click on this unit.
This is where you can assign whatever available skill points you might have earned to upgrade your hero's abilities, and assigned your hero's vassals, which will help improve your kingdom depending on their skills. It seems at least there is some hope for the people of your kingdom, my lord. You may move your mouse over each item to see its effect. Hint: in the early game, it is a good idea to increase leadership, as it will increase your unit's strength in battle.
Yes, that is definitely key. Strength determines your attack damage. Agility determines your movement speed. Constitution determines your max health. Management, bonus to production speed in towns and villages, can also reduce resource costs and increase the amount of units allowed to be grouped with hero units. Accounting, bonus to tax income in towns, lower army costs per day, and all trade and purchase prices. And diplomacy is increases happiness in towns, increase negotiation chances, and reduce the cost of bribes. So several of these are just character specific to your hero. However, the leadership is bonuses to army attack damage and max health. That's a major one, because you want your army to be able to come out of the gate doing as much damage as possible early on. That way you can, my style of playing, that way you can secure as much ground as possible. Because the more farms, the more areas like that, the more mines, the more that you have, the more resources you got coming in, the faster you can build your population, because the other factions are going to build with or without you. So it's easy to get left behind. I've done it several times in single player builds that I did, off camera, where all of a sudden I looked around and went, wow, I can't contend with any of these people. And then all of a sudden I would do something to make them mad, and well, that would be the end of our hero. So we've got 2 points. We're going to put those in leadership.
Now it's time to besiege a castle. Oh, what fun we're having, my lord. One day you might even be able to do this on your own. I don't hold out too much hope of that, though, my lord. You will need an army and a lot of resources. Let us begin.
All right, we're going to attempt a siege.
Click on your town, then open up the Create Army panel again. Hopefully some repetition will help this sink in. Now, my lord, as I see the executioner is looking at me again, some units and resources have been granted for your use.
Okay. Something tells me this guy's not here by his own free will, but he is advising us with his knowledge and fear of the executioner's axe.
Add all units except peasants and every piece of lumber, stone, and steel for your siege equipment. I'm assuming, my lord, that you remember your troops cannot climb walls on their own.
Okay, it appears that we've selected everybody we need to. We'll click Create Army.
With your new army selected, click on the town of Vale Hall to the west of your town, Greywatch. My lord, I am in awe of the original names you have chosen.
Alright, so we're going to select our army here, and we're going to march to Vale Hall.
Hint, speed up time, my lord. Your army has arrived at its destination. In this dialogue, you can usually choose diplomatic options and make peace with flowery words I doubt you know. Or you could choose to trade with the town and maybe earn some coin. However, as I believe I'm getting an accurate grasp of your intellect and personality, I feel we are here to declare war.
I'm enjoying this narration, this advisement from from our disgruntled advisor here. We shall lay siege to the town.
Now accept your option by clicking the Siege button.
Siege.
This panel enables you to manage your siege army. You can create new armies from your units, see how your army compares to the enemy, and most importantly, my lord, build siege equipment. You know, the things you use to break through the walls? Ah, I see that glimmer of understanding now.
Okay, I don't think we were prepared for this. An opposing force stands against you. Army size 391. We don't have the option to leave. We can only auto-resolve, and if you see here, the deck is severely stacked against us, so this is probably going to be the end of this video. But, hey, maybe we can talk our way out of it. Let's request an audience with the leader. This probably was not planned as part of the tutorial. more than likely. So we're going to see if we can adapt to it and play through it. Let's see, offer tribute in order for your men to desert. We offer tribute in hopes that your men will return home immediately, or offer a tribute in hopes that your army will join us. I say we try to get them to join us. Alright, saying we have 0 chance of success. And since we have a load of gold thanks to the tutorial amount that it's given us, we can definitely make this happen. So that ought to do it. 105% chance. Bribe. Okay, so now back to where we were. Click on the siege equipment. Alright, train units, resources, split force. Okay, here we go. Now we're back where we were, and we have an even huger army. That worked out pretty good. Huger, is that a word? Even bigger army. Alright, siege equipment it is.
Siege equipment is built the same way as training units and upgrading your buildings. By selecting each type of equipment, you can see what resources are needed to build each type, except you must bring the resources with you. So, come prepared. More advanced siege engine types need engineers to build. Engineers are people who can count past the number of fingers and toes they have, my lord. I can see you were getting ready to ask. Engineers can also help speed up the building process. Let's start by building 5 ladders, 1 battering ram, 2 ballista, and 1 catapult.
Excuse me. Let's see. 5 ladders. 1 ram. 2 ballistas. And 1 catapult.
While a town is under siege, it still needs to feed its populace. You may wish to attempt to starve out the peasant population, as even they can't survive on dirt and grass, my lord. However, surprise, surprise, the enemy faction may get a tiny bit annoyed at that, and may call in reinforcements from other towns, or call upon their allies, which I see you are still lacking, my lord.
That appears to be what we have here. I see we have 516 forces coming in. That ought to be interesting. Alright, we're going to speed up time.
My lord, congratulations. That was the basics of kingdom management in Vale of Crows. The next thing to learn about is sieging castles. If you do half as well as you did with this one, I think you might even live to see the next day, my lord. Well done.
Alright, we are going to begin siege. Admittedly, this part I'm not very familiar with. I didn't do a whole lot of sieging.
This scenario is a castle siege. You can tell because of the big castle in the middle. Your main objective is to destroy or rout the enemy army. However, you must overcome the castle walls first, like peeling the armor off a knight or getting through to your head. To do this, we will need to use our siege equipment, which means we will now go through the ongoing, painful thing I call teaching you, my lord. To use siege equipment, you must first attach units. The more units attached, the faster the equipment will be able to move. Many legs make small work, my lord. The best way to attach your units at the beginning of the siege is by selecting your entire army, then holding left Alt and drag select your siege equipment.
Okay. So we'll select the entire army. And let's see, hold the left Alt and then drag over the siege equipment.
Ladders are used to scale your opponent's walls. Drag select 3 of your ladders. Holding left Alt will select only siege equipment if no other units are selected.
Okay. So 3 of our
With your
ladders.
ladders selected, click on any of the castle walls to send them forward.
Alright, are we still? Nope, it deselected them. Okay. Now we're selected. We want to put them up right here. So click, right click.
My lord, your ram is a heavily armored, slow-moving tank. A bit like your skull, with one objective: smash. Even more similarities, my lord. Now, use your battering ram, not your head, to attack the enemy gate.
Alright, we're
Ballista
gonna.
are heavy-ranged attack equipment. They consume ammunition displayed at the top of the screen each time they fire, so make sure to come prepared with spare lumber to make more ammunition. Ballista also attack in the same way as archers.
Okay, so let's select that. We're gonna run them forward a little bit. So right clicking with both of your ballistas selected, holding the left control. Drag select some enemy units to attack. So we're just gonna attack these units right here.
Some massive boulder-throwing machines. They are mainly used to destroy enemy walls, but can also target castle gates, units, and buildings. Catapults use stone as a resource, so come prepared and make sure you have extra.
Alright, so we're gonna attack over here. Just because we can. And of course that uses stone.
My lord, this
There we
completes
go.
the lessons for ruling your kingdom in Vale of Crows. Good luck with the coming siege. If you followed the hints closely, you may have a chance at winning. I would suggest sending archers to cover your approaching laddermen, as they are vulnerable and slow. If you're not sure about the controls, you can review them by opening up the menu during battle. Now, as I see the executioner is waiting for me by the door, I suppose I shall wish you a good life. Hint: you may recall reinforcements once you lose a few units in battle. Battle size can be adjusted in the main menu options. Bye-bye.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and finish the tutorial out. So we have our ladders in place, our rams going to the front gates. I've called in men to the walls. They are taking out these units. Oh! Oh, he got a few of my men. Alright, so we're gonna select these guys down here. We're gonna send everybody in here to take over this area. Where are my range units? There they are. We're gonna let them provide backup. Hopefully they won't shoot too many. We'll put them on cautious stance. I think that slows down the friendly fire. See if we can get them up on the wall. That way they can get a better shot. There we go. All right, they are fleeing. We killed their general. So we're gonna pursue them. Try to take out every one of them. As you can see up here at the top, we're doing pretty good. Got a few last Few left, I should say. Try to knock these guys out that are stragglers. Looks like our battering ram did make it through the door. Not sure what happened with our catapult though. There it is. Okay. Looks like we're probably chasing down the last of the units here. Okay, they're firing over here. There we go. Yep, that appears to be all of them. So it looks like we took 5 prisoners. Got quite a bit of loot here. Bunch of resources. And 194 gold. So we lost a total of 32. They lost a total of 179. That's outstanding. So that was the tutorial for Veil of Crows and a glimpse at what the final build looks like. I'm impressed, especially with like the map details and graphics. The gameplay, the tutorial narration, just the simple fact that it pretty much talks trash to you the entire time. It makes it somewhat entertaining. Normally I can't sit through an entire tutorial, so that kept my attention. I kind of enjoyed that. It took the edge off of going through a tutorial. And actually now I know a little bit more about the game, because even though I played it before, I never really used the control and dragging the box over to attack. I always did things the hard way, so hey, now I know a new skill. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you give this game a try. And it's good to be back. I'm gonna try to start doing some more videos more often. Work and life has been crazy lately. Especially work. Total flip-flop on my time schedule. The days that I work, everything just went crazy. So that kind of knocked me out of the loop for a while. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and like I say, give the game a try. Check it out. Do some looking up on it. See what you think of it, and maybe it'll be something you're interested in. But there'll be more to come. This was just a tutorial. We're gonna start a new playthrough and really kind of take a look at these 3 new worlds, or the option of playing one of 3 worlds, and digging more into the new things that are available now. I'll see you next time. Thanks again.